Yes, we're aware we got a fucked up sign. Thanks. The Kurger Bing. Come on down to the Kurger Bing.
That's photoshopped, but I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And you know, yeet.
Oh, there she is.
I didn't want it to come in too fucking loud.
Good
I was
call.
like, let's just wait before we just go for it.
Didn't want to explode 90 to 9. Wow, that's thoughtful of you, Zach.
I didn't want yeets to explode in your ears.
Zach, now what time are we up? All the heat sauce.
21 minutes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 215 of the Camcast.
Oh my god, we've done it that many times?
Yes, we have.
Holy shit.
The podcast that wants you to eat free.
Spubby. The Bubgerkurg.
Carnal Emmeline.
I am Mike, dear leader, dog taste, leader of men, herder of cats, the one who wants it in a way. I'm joined as always. To my right.
This is going to be a good episode.
By your, my, and our Uncle Radical, professor of the ghetto arts, tenured but not licensed.
Except in Puerto Rico.
Someone calls him Daddy, but nobody down here. We call him Scoots. Dave Raleigh.
Get your extra large Bubger at Wheaties Hargus Burgus.
Down at the end of the table, he was wondering if he was like a stroke earlier, but no, we were just looking at the internet.
What?
It's the good Colonel Eddie Dean himself, Zach Lords.
Hi.
Attaboy.
I couldn't do it.
It's okay.
Oh, I should have just yeeted the intro.
You should have just yeeted the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Man, this bitch empty.
Yeet. Nice to yeet you. Yeet. Yeet. Alex, I thought of that all day. I was waiting to meet you. There was 6 hours of thought into that.
And here you are.
I don't know why.
It's so nice to yeet you.
Hello.
I've got someone I think you should,
Yeet.
if you like this podcast.
I don't know why.
Hello.
It's nice to yeet you.
What the fuck? Why did that take so long to click?
Oh, God.
Because you're stuck on the Bubgerkurg.
Because in my mind, those are sounds, not words.
Hi, welcome to the Kurger Bing.
How can I yeet you?
Oops.
Wow.
Find this podcast and all of our cheeky shenanigans wherever you get your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Just go ahead. Get your friends in the car.
It's not even the Thursday episode.
Grab your friends. Grab your coworkers. Just find some place and go ahead and just this on the old radio there.
I haven't even ranted yet. What the fuck is going on?
Oh, God. We're just ready for this. Support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/CamAutomag. Go ahead and $5 a month get you into the Cam Super Secret Shenanigans Facebook page. And also get you bonus content, early release episodes, all sorts of fun stuff.
Oh, we just kind of that shit up in there all the time.
Yep, constantly.
Just for you guys.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Follow us on all the social medias. We are at Cam Automag on everything. Go ahead and a follow. We'd appreciate it.
I just need one of these.
Oh, God.
Stab that shit.
As soon as we get the live stream, we're just going to go ahead and yeet that up on the old internet there, and you're just going to... It's just going to...
You have to
your
say...
mind. All right.
We need some fucking help.
Please, if somebody could just some help, we would appreciate it. So, let's go ahead and catch up with everybody.
Woo!
Do you want me to rant now or later?
Maybe later.
Okay.
I think we need to go ahead and just
get some air in our lungs.
We got go ahead and ourselves a little break from this.
No, we got 50 minutes to fill. We're good.
Well, I mean, I was at the track. I was literally at the track for 24 hours straight.
God. Oh, no, we got a button for that.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Yeah, no, Matt Guyver of NASA Utah, a couple, on like Wednesday or Thursday, asked if I would be interested in doing a live stream for the NASA Utah Enduro. And I said, yeah, sure. And he was working on getting like live in-car camera feeds and all that stuff. So I got to the track at like 11:15 and spent pretty much the rest of the day getting that all set up. And yeah, we did the live stream from like 6 to a little past midnight. And it was pretty much just me. Austin Kent was there. Shout out to Austin. We had some guests. We had Lynn Hodges pop up.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep. We had Todd Green come up, share some insight with us. Andy Munch was on there, or Munch, as we actually pronounce his name. But, yeah, no, it was a good time, just up there, hanging out, interacting with people in the chat, specifically one driver's 13-year-old son, who was just he was just super jazzed that he could watch his dad drive, so.
By any chance, was it the bike kid?
No, it was not the bike kid. At least I don't think it was.
It's a fucking callback, though.
Yeah. Oh boy. Just that back. Anyway, what have you guys been up to since last we met?
I went camping.
Ooh.
Me and a couple of my gambler buddies, would actually all work for Tesla.
Oh.
It's quite an interesting situation for them. But we went up to place when it was called Skag Creek Valley or Skag Valley Creek. I don't know what it is. It's like it's off a road called Skyline Road.
Mm-hmm.
It's like literally central Utah. It's like in that national park there. So those things where it was like we didn't know where we were camping, so we got to Skyline Road and just drove for like 4.5 hours. And I gotta tell that story. So no, holy shit, dude, we saw a fucking bear.
What?
I got a fucking photo for you guys.
Was he shitting in the woods? Have we confirmed that?
I mean, I feel like that's been something that's been confirmed for a while.
But we need to confirm it.
Yeah, so we're just
Valid.
driving, and like we're getting closer to in some of these campsites. And where the fuck is that photo? I'll post it up a line or something. No, that's not it. It is before we got to the campsite. There it is.
So so you have a photo of a holy shit, that's a bear. Oh,
and so it looks like it's like hurt on the ground.
No.
And it's like still moving and shit. And like we see like this family like stopping, like the dad trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with it.
Dude.
Like it's like the most white shit thing ever. Like this dude's getting out of his car, his hands came on his gun a little bit. Like what the
bear is going to fuck you up before you get to it, buddy.
So we're standing there and we're in our car like what the fuck do we do? And we're leading our whole pack. And so we get like I tell him, I said, hey, let's just drive past as quickly as we can. Like we don't want to get caught up in this thing. Like this bear will fuck up this Delica. It's a tin can, basically.
Yeah.
And so we get a little closer. I roll my window down to like see if the guy's going to talk to me, like, hey, like move or like something. Get a little closer. He's like, hey, stop! I'm going to use your car to see what's going on.
What?
And like we're looking, like the bear is not going anywhere. It's like it's fucking like we think it got hit by a car or something. Like it's like on the ground. Like
poor bear.
It's not really making any noise, but it's like pawing, like it's moving its head. There's like some shit coming out of its mouth. Like it's like definitely looks fucked up. And so this dude like starts like walking around in the Delica, like I said before. He's like kind of like walking around the front of the Delica and he's like looking at it, like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. I watch him bend and pick up a fucking rock. And I'm like, what? Oh shit, it's fucking going at it. He throws the rock at it. The bear is fucked up now. He's pissed. Jumps at the dude. I see this guy jump into the fucking Delica. Like he's trying to get in the car, but the door's closed.
No,
Billy slams the door. I look over and there's a fucking dude in a bear suit.
Should have run that dude over.
I'll let you look at the photo again.
It looked like, it looks
it's
like
fucking
a bear.
I mean, it looks legit enough for me to be like,
And we were close enough to I told the driver, Will, roll up the fucking windows and let's leave.
Yeah.
Which like, we get think about it, like there was like 80 people watching us. Like it was something going on. But yeah, so went camping.
Nice.
And got like full on like YouTube pranked in like middle of Utah by some dudes who probably do that weekend, like on every weekend.
God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run that dude down.
Yeah.
Damn. My weekend was a little bit somber. I sold the Golf on Saturday.
No.
Good home?
No, that was the wrong one. Whatever.
We don't have the sad horns
we don't have
anymore.
the sad horns. Yeah, that's okay.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Close enough.
Yeah, it'll do. So, yeah.
Good home?
I sold the Golf. It's to a very good home.
Okay.
He's actually already doing stuff to the car.
That's good.
So
Good.
He's an OG Volkswagen guy. I'm sure some of you guys know him. His name's Dannon. Good dude. He's out in Tooele. But, yeah, I got a little misty. I'm not going to lie.
No.
I really did enjoy that car, but
I'm happy to hear it's still within the group.
It is. And Dannon expressed an interest in the car back when I purchased it.
Mm.
So I feel like he was one of the next steps in line, basically. So that's great. All of this is coming out of the fact that I'm just going to try and step away from car stuff for the rest of the year. I'm not going to do any more drift events. I'm not going to be volunteering with Salt City Drift anymore. I'm not going to be out driving at any of these events. I'm just kind of taking a step back.
Taking a little hiatus or something?
Yeah, and I'm going to try and get rid of as much stuff as I can. I'm going to keep the S14, obviously. I'm going to keep my Ram. I'm daily driving that right now. Definitely keeping my Power Stroke.
That's your dad's car, right?
Yeah, I got it from my dad.
Yeah.
So those are the three that are not on the chopping block. Everything else is pretty much going to be hack and slash getting rid of. I'll probably keep the Outback.
It's a good car.
Yeah, the guys at Shuenja Racing have been borrowing it for a while, and it's been treating them good. So it's got some miles left in it.
There's something that he said, just like take them back and like being able to like refocus on stuff and seeing where you want to go and stuff.
And that's a lot of it. Is I've been getting really burnt out on this kind of stuff, and I took a step back and was looking at my finances and stuff like that. And I spend over $750 a month on storage for these things.
Damn.
Things that I'm honestly never going to do anything with. So I'm going to get rid of as much as I can, get down to one storage unit. Because I'm not going to keep four things in a driveway wherever I move. I'm just not going to do it. So I'm just going to...
And you have enough things, I don't want to say collectibles, but you know what I mean? Like things that like you don't really want to sell, but you know you might have use for.
Well, I mean... yes and no. I've let's be real. I have a lot of junk. I have a lot of stuff that I have placed value on that realistically has no value, and so I'm trying to just break myself of that and get rid of a bunch of stuff. It's proving more difficult than not because I've taken on quite a few parts cars or projects that have paperwork issues or missing paperwork. So getting rid of those things is going to take time, research, effort, and money. Yeah. So. This isn't a get rid of everything and magically buy a brand new car type shit. This is a spend time and money to get out of things.
But you'll have to have a cleaner headspace when you're not worried about those things.
Yeah, and that's the thing and I keep telling myself, if I get rid of all of this shit and I'm down to $150 a month storage unit payment, which is my one big storage unit in Clearfield, that saves me $600 a month. That's a payment and insurance on a pretty nice new vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my girl and I were just kind of joking about getting like an SRT8 Challenger or something like that. And like, that's doable if I get rid of everything else.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the rest of the year does for me. I'm trying to pay back some debts and pay off some bills and stuff like that. So, getting rid of all this stuff is kind of a refresh, changing my headspace a little bit, but we'll see. But yeah, to get back full circle here, my weekend sucked, but it was good. I mean, I was sad for a little bit, and then I bought computer parts, and
there you go.
Now I'm happy.
Attaboy.
Progress isn't always forward march. Progress is always a forward march. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
That took a minute.
You got there.
Definitely was not a lateral move, I will say that.
Good.
It was not a step backwards.
Good.
I mean, I lost a lot of money selling that car for what I did, but
yeah, well,
I feel like it was priced appropriately.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least you didn't like lose money and then have to help two drunk guys push it onto a trailer and then watch it drive away.
Right.
That's
yeah, I feel you there. Yeah, I've done that a couple times.
Yep. Anyway,
Well,
we've got some good news in the shout-out section.
Good news. There it is.
There it is. Shout out to Scott Bradshaw and Stephanie. They finally got hitched.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And
Beautiful.
Shout out to Tanner Spencer. He got engaged over the weekend.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then a very
happy.
Yeah, and then a very special shout out to my brother who also got engaged.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
I figured you would have told me that before the podcast. That's awesome.
It's one of those things, like, I've been, like, kind of all over the place this past week. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, sure.
Well, dude, that's badass.
Yeah, so at some point going to be going to Colorado for a wedding, so.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep, so there we go. No new patrons, but we got a bunch of people to wish happy birthday to.
Oh, right on.
Yep, Riley Thompson.
Oh, Merry Birthmas.
Yep, Jennifer Brooks.
Ah.
Nick
Yeah.
Trapesky's girlfriend.
Yeah, Chirps Lady.
Yep, Alex Wetman, the A in Team Matt, who apparently he was a beefy boy.
Oh, really?
Had an XL seat in Paul Mitchell. Yeah, you would not know that by looking at him now. Fucking like triathlete.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so quite the change up.
Yep, and his little kitty Lloyd Christmas.
Aww.
Anyway, Joe Sim,
Oh, Merry Birthmas, Joe.
Nathan Wallace,
Oh, cool.
and Brad.
Brad Hargison.
Yep.
Merry Birthmas, Drift Dad Brad.
Yep.
I think is what he goes by.
Yes, it is. Him and his videos about him yelling about whatever random shitbox it is in front of his house.
I mean, there's never a shortage of shitbox.
That's true. It's very true.
Indeed.
Anyway, we have some news to talk about that we're going to kind of... we'll probably gloss over a lot of this, to be perfectly honest with you. Anyway.
Hey, so I'm trying to find new clothes so I can look cool at the park with my friends.
You and the fellow youths. And you're wondering where to go.
Is there a place I can buy affordable, nice-looking clothes that is possibly not sponsored, covered in logos by my favorite artists?
There you go.
Are we artists?
Sure, we're artists. Fuck it. Go ahead.
You know what? You tried,
God
and I
bless you
never
for
want
it.
you to stop.
Yeah. Zach is talking about CamAutoswag.com.
Fucking deal with it.
Damn.
Joe. We gotta get this live stream going. Holy shit, there's so much is lost.
I'm looking for like a beanie. Do you guys have that?
We do. Do you want one with a pom-pom or
I would
not?
love one. How about a tote bag?
Oh, we got a tote bag. We got red strap and black strap tote bag. What up?
Is there one with weird faces on them?
Damn fucking straight.
Most of them aren't even around anymore.
I mean, me and Dave are still here. That's 50%.
Hell yeah, you are.
We're going to have a Mount Canmore 2.0 soon, I have a feeling.
Yes, we do.
Are
We
you kidding?
really need to get that going.
You guys have dad hats?
I mean, not dad hats, but we've got various snapbacks, yes.
We've got hats, one of which you are wearing currently.
Yeah.
No way.
We got the current logo. We got the OG script
fly.
logo.
And
Yeah.
I got one last question.
Okay.
I hate having an unprotected phone. You guys got cases?
We've got cases.
I was really wondering where you were going to go after you said unprotected. I hate having unprotected. Oh.
Well, we stopped selling socks because nobody bought them.
Yeah. So. But
You know,
yes, we
the
do
wording
have...
was intentional on that one.
Good. But we do have phone cases, yes. All that and more is available over at CamAutoswag.com.
Go check it out. Buy stuff from us.
Yeah.
Helps us do cool shit like this podcast.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the news. So, Tesla is looking to build a factory in China.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Nope.
Good news! There's a report on TV with some very bad news.
Yes, so they are going to be building it outside of Shanghai.
I mean, everything's built outside of Shanghai.
Yep.
I think it's built in Shenzhen.
It's somewhere.
Sure.
It's going to cost them $323 million in taxes a year, and they have to start making that annual tax revenue number by the end of 2023, or else they have to give the land back.
Okay, so there's some logistics here that I just don't understand. So they built a factory to build batteries in the U.S. Does that mean they're going to be shipping batteries from the U.S. to China? Because if so, that seems really fucking expensive.
No, I think this is going to be...
For a Chinese market only?
Yeah, this is like a Chinese market factory.
Okay.
Like that
makes a little bit more sense now.
Yep.
Because like a Tesla has always been proud of the fact that their cars here have always been built here.
Yeah, so no, this is going to be their... this is going to be their China, like pretty much just...
And I bet shipping electric cars is quite expensive.
Well, and especially with this fucking trade war that we've just, gotten dicked into.
Yeah, so this actually does make a lot of sense now.
It does. So, it's they had to sink $2 billion of capital expenditure into the plant over the next 5 years.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is, these aren't like, with what Tesla has already put forth for themselves with like their U.S. plant, it's just not necessarily crazy. However, this is one of those, like, when China says, yeah, if you don't do this, we're taking this thing back.
That's some scary shit.
They're going to take it back.
Yeah.
Like,
and also, like, I've been reading, it's not in our notes or anything, but I've been reading a lot about, like investment programs, which that's been going on for a long time with Tesla. It's an ongoing battle for them because they don't make money. Tesla doesn't make money.
right.
It's all investment in stock.
Yeah.
So like it's like scary that like they're making these big steps and I don't say they're spreading themselves thin. I'm no economist here, but like I don't know.
No, like this is what happens when some like Silicon Valley startup, like Uber or, whatever, when like if you ever wondered like what one of these like tech companies would do, or these like app companies would do if they actually had to build something, you are literally seeing it with Tesla.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like people are going to keep throwing money at this because this is shiny and new and different and cool.
And
this isn't your dad's Ford.
And Tesla has been they've been disrupting the marketplace for sure.
Yeah. Like, as much as you possibly can with their tiny market share, but it is like they're making big swings.
Like, yeah, they're doing some crazy shit.
Yeah, they've got everybody noticing. But anyway,
because like you see, for me at least, I see more Teslas than I see Porsches on the road in Utah.
Yeah, I see a shit ton of Model 3s.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on to other things that produce zero emissions at the tailpipe because Teslas don't have tailpipes.
Right.
Yep. Automakers and the state of Colorado have reached a deal on a zero-emission vehicle mandate.
Oh, really?
Yes. Colorado has joined California in this plan to adopt, to get to zero-emission vehicles.
Okay.
Is this an actual mandate or a like guidelines?
It's like, it's not a mandate. It's just hey, automakers, we want to do this. And we also don't want to fuck you over because we understand that
you're like one of the largest markets in the world.
Or like, yeah, like we need you to sell cars in this state because people need cars.
And we make taxes off that.
Exactly. And, okay, state, we will work with you on this because we don't want you just to put out some like horrendous number that we can't possibly meet. We want to help you meet this goal.
Yeah.
So, yep. So, yeah, two major auto trade groups representing 99% of U.S. car and truck sales said the state agreed to address concerns by providing the support Coloradans need to buy electric vehicles while allowing auto manufacturers to transition into Colorado's zero-emission vehicle program.
So, like, I see all this shit, and I don't know, I guess I might be derailing a tad bit here, but so I see, like all these, like, incentives and, like, aid programs to help bring more of these vehicles in.
Yeah.
And then, like, Utah does shit where it's like, hey, we're not going to charge you per mile that you drive because we're not making enough taxes off it. Like, it seems kind of ass backwards. Like, I understand why, but, like...
Yeah, they're, like... You have tax breaks for like clean vehicles, zero emission vehicles, electric vehicles, because it's one of those. It's like you want people to know about the good works that you're doing anonymously.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yes, we are pro environment. Like when you say I'm going to give you like $7,000 if you buy this zero emissions vehicle, everybody's going to look at your state. It's all right. Everybody's going to look at your state and be like, ah yes, they are a friend of the environment. And then on the back end, there's some sweaty dude in, like, the accounting office is just like, fuck. What?
We're doing what now?
Hold on. If all these people, we're giving them $7,000 and they're not buying gas and paying the gas tax, shit. We got to do something. And, like, yellow legal pads are being thrown over. This dude's sweating like there is no fucking tomorrow.
The fucking automatic calculator roll paper just... blasting out.
Exactly.
Yeah, chair. Is it adding up? It's not adding up.
The old timer in the background with just like the old school one that you have to like hand crank. Honk. Honk. Yeah, no, like it's
the numbers, mister. They're just coming up all wrong. Then I don't know who's the what's the why's the house.
Got the green, mister. Got the green visor and everything. But yeah, no, like
the numbers, mister. Hey, mister, the numbers.
You hear the water gurgling in the water tank behind them. This week on Cam ASMR.
But yeah, no, like it's one of those like
You can see what I'm saying. Though. It's just like
it's weird. Yeah, like it's one of those. It's like it's weird on the surface of it, but then it's also like okay, yeah, like it costs money to like upkeep these roads that you are now driving on, and like the main source of revenue or a large chunk of it comes when you would gas that thing up, and now that you're not, we need to figure out how to get. The government will figure out how to get blood from a stone. Don't you fucking worry.
I see it turning into something like this. Might be predicting the future here, but like the land that some of these charges are going to be on in the future, that might get taxed.
I mean, I'm sure it will,
and then that taxing will then go to roads.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Well, I mean, like the idea of a usage tax is not like insane.
But it's like I'm like, well, now I'm like having all my U.S. roads are now turning into toll roads.
Well,
and then what happens when I go drive in Idaho and let's say I go spend a month in Idaho?
Yeah.
Do I have to pay them taxes, or am I going to be still paying Utah rate taxes on roads I did not drive because they're checking my odometer?
Well, I mean, if you're just like hanging out in like Idaho for a month and you're not establishing residency, you don't have to like do like taxes.
That's fair, but I'm still driving there, and they're checking my odometer to see how much I drove.
Okay, that is a fun little leap that you just made.
Yeah,
thank you for doing that. Why are they checking your odometer?
No, that's how they.
But why is the state of Idaho checking your Utah resident?
Idaho's not. Utah is, but so you drove 3,000 miles in Idaho, and then when you come back to Utah to pay your taxes at the time, and they go,
yeah.
It means you're still, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you can probably like file an amendment with your taxes saying, like,
there was miles driven in Idaho.
Yeah, like this much. I mean, if you're doing this for business purposes, you're keeping track of your miles. So
that's fair.
Yeah,
I was just thinking like that one.
Yeah, like the way you initially made that sound was like,
like
Idaho's now like fucking me over, man. Like, god damn it, I just went up there to buy a Coke and a lottery ticket.
What the fuck? Police now. Fucking 1984 is going on in Idaho.
Holy shit.
Just don't go up there.
Nah. But, yeah, no, I mean, like, the idea of a usage tax is not utterly insane, and it's something that other civilized countries in the world do, but it's just, America is...
We're free. We have freedoms.
Goddamn right.
I want to drive on my fucking roads for free and not think about the taxes I pay in gas.
I don't have to worry about how this shit gets the upkeep of this shit. I just want it to be that way, damn it.
I just want to watch 4 fucking construction workers watch one dude dig a hole. That's all I want to fucking do.
I mean, that's union. That's everywhere in this country.
That's everywhere, buddy. So,
we.
I think we're going to breeze through all these and I end up just... I just can't keep ranting. I'll stop ranting.
Of the one place I figured we wouldn't get derailed, like me and of all people at this table, Zach, have a discussion about taxes.
But you see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, no, I get where you're going from, and it's one of those.
I'm turning into an adult, and so I have to think about.
You're turning into a libertarian, and it's scaring me. Please stop.
Do you own guns?
No.
Okay, good. I can stay here then.
Yeah, you're turning into a libertarian. And I'm starting to get scared. Please don't. Anyway, moving on. BMW has a list of doomed vehicles.
The kill list.
Yes, it's a bunch of stuff that's not going to be around for much longer.
It can be M1, M2, M3.
Oh, God, no. But, yeah, let's see if I can remember where exactly it is.
Please tell me that 3 is going away. Please tell me that 3 is going away.
I think it might be dying.
Oh, thank God.
But where?
Oh, please tell me that weird GT shit is going away as well, too.
3 Series GT?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell, why can't you just give me the goddamn list, automobile?
Oh, Jesus Christ, they're just going all through this, aren't they?
Holy dog shit.
Wow.
Well, basically the long and short of it, the reason it's in there is the new Z4 is on the chopping block.
No way, really?
Yeah, it is.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, it's destined to die. So
no wonder they made it a Supra.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Oh,
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's either like, hey man, we could build this thing ourselves and try to sell it, or we can build enough of the stuff and sell it to somebody else who's going to sell it.
It's
problem solved.
There you go.
One hand washes the other. Moving on. Yeah, sorry, that's disappointing, but whatever. Just basically, I just wanted to say that the new Z4 is dying, so you can stop. You can either keep up the BMW jokes, but get them in now, or...
It's time to stop!
No, I see both ways now. We can keep making them after it dies and say the Supra was so much better than the BMW. It killed the BMW. Even though they're the same thing, I get that.
Yeah. We're going to get to that in a fucking minute.
The Supra is as much Z4 as my girlfriend's Charger is W210 chassis Mercedes E-Class.
God damn.
Yeah. God damn! Oh, by the way, somewhere in England, somebody flash-tuned the new Supra up to like 400 some odd horsepower.
Like you do.
420.
There we go.
Yep.
So that's just with a reflash. So
God, I love it.
Yep. Anyway,
like I said, it's going to follow BMW's tuning measure because it is literally a BMW drivetrain.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There are guys that are making almost 100 horsepower and almost 150 foot-pounds over the stock ratings on just tuning.
I love this new 3JZ.
Yep. God damn! Anyway, so we now have some of the standard features on the sub $60,000 2020 C8 Corvette.
Beautiful. That's sub $60,000 before tax, tag, and dealer markup.
Exactly.
I got a question. Are chrome wheels on there?
I don't think so, no.
I imagine they're probably a polished wheel.
Oh, no, you guys didn't hear the whole bullshit about that? Mm-mm. Oh, yeah, no, like, there are no chrome wheel options for the C8.
Good.
At
God.
all.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are people mad about that?
No, anyone is except people who wear New Balances and white socks and jean shorts.
So somebody's fucking dad.
So yeah. So Grandpa's pissed that the car he's not going to buy doesn't come the way he wants it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that joke would have been funny if you would have.
It would have been. We're going to work on your delivery a little bit.
I thought you guys knew, okay?
No.
There's like that one guy listening I know who's laughing.
I'm
good.
I'm proud of you because you just did that right out there.
Stop.
Listen, I just love the way you just shit into this conversation. It's great.
So, what is this new C8 going to come with subs for standard options?
Okay, so the 1LT trim level, the base trim level, it doesn't get the heated seats, but it gets 8-way power leather adjustable seats.
I feel like they all get that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is like what you're getting, and then, 2LT, add more shit, and,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Dual zone climate control, 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And they mentioned near-field communication twice in this Jalopnik story.
Interesting.
Yep.
What is that?
NFC.
Yeah, NFC, so like...
Oh, got it. Got it.
So-
Okay, no, I've never heard it.
Dave, were you this many years old when you found out what NFC means?
Oh my God.
So, how a lot of radios... It's really fucking loud now. How a lot of radios deal with NFC is it's a quick way to pair devices.
Okay, that makes sense.
You basically open up Bluetooth with NFC and you just touch it to the radio and it goes, oh, I know what this is, and then pairs.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, let's see. There's a high-definition backup camera, which you need to have, because there's not much that you can see behind you.
I have a feeling that the rearview mirror is going to be borderline useless in this car. If it's not already a screen.
Yeah.
And also, after 2016, all vehicles sold in the U.S. must come with a backup camera.
Yep. There we
That
go.
I did not know.
Yeah.
So there's like base model, like, what are those things? Like matrices that has still have like manual racks and stuff, have backup cameras.
It's because Americans are that bad at parking.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I think it's small children related, but
we're that bad at driving.
America is that bad at everything.
We're just terrible. Parenting, driving, just every aspect of being a human.
One of those can take care of the other. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Boy, howdy. Anyway, they have the 12-inch, digital display cluster.
I think they all have the screen gauge cluster.
Yeah,
I feel.
so that's pretty tight. Keyless ignition and entry, which would be a little weird if you had to just bust out ye old key.
Yeah, my mid-engine supercar over here, I got to stick a key in a hole on this door to open it, though.
Yeah, well, don't
I
worry.
just crank my windows down.
Jesus.
Don't worry, baby. This thing starts. You just got to jiggle the key a little bit.
Like my Subaru.
I was going to say, all Corvettes have been keyless since the C5.
And yeah,
Have they really?
Yeah, I think it was an option for keyless on the C5, and then C6 has always been push button. C7 has always been push button.
I know the
I mean, in the
C7
in the C6, the door handles are push button. Like, you don't even have a physical door handle.
Or like reach in a thing and push a button.
for the C7, yeah.
And the
For the C6.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The C6 does not have a physical interior door handle. There's a button on the console.
Yeah, there's a button. Yeah, and when
Or a
you're
button
trying-
on the door panel. You pop it, and it pops, and you push it.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the door handle is actually just attached to a button. There's no
'cause
actual
I'm,
linkage.
I'm familiar with like the C7 where like it's like a touchpad basically behind
Right.
the door handle,
Right.
And you have the weird triangle button on the one I've been in on recently the most has gull-wing doors because I'm doing this with it.
Yeah, you're just doing some weird stuff.
You're just doing things.
But yeah,
They're
no,
doing the chicken dance.
But yeah, no, the C6, it was like, there's a little like button. Like you reach in, you hit the button, and boy howdy, Zach's just over there
Yeet.
and up.
I wanted you to keep going with that. Why did you stop? Go on, keep going.
I mean, it's like a weird little rubberized button that you reach in there and you find, and you hit it. I always do it.
You just touch the nipple.
Yep, you just reach in there, just get in there, just real good with it. Just flick it, pops right open.
I love it.
Yep. Other things that you get on your sub 60 grand Corvette: remote start, valet mode, power windows with automatic up and down,
Oh,
illuminated vanity mirrors.
Okay.
Hot damn. Heated manual folding but power adjustable side mirrors, and a leather wrapped tilting telescoping power steering wheel.
I feel like some of these same features can be found on the 1980 Scoot model Chevrolet Chevette.
Damn right.
which one? The steering wheel?
Optional steering wheel.
Illuminated vanity mirrors.
I don't think the scooter had that.
I don't.
You're probably right.
Oh, speaking about scooters, weird random fact: the Corolla will fit 3 lame scooters in the back of it.
Interesting.
Not surprising.
All right.
Good to know.
Yep. Let's see. You also get
Don't know why that came to my mind, but
19-inch wheels up front, 20s out back. They're going to be shod in all-season rubber.
what I'm more interested in seeing is what the top lane package is going to have for rubber.
Probably some like pilot sport ridiculousness.
But what size? Do you think it's going to be the same size? Or do you
Probably
think-
like 20, 21, something like that.
Do you think they're going to go wider? Or do,
Oh, they're definitely going to go wider, yeah.
Who knows?
So,
They're good sized brakes.
well, yeah, I mean, like the brakes are fucking great. So,
mechanical LSD. That's great.
that's mechanical LSD on the 1LT. I believe once you get up into like the top trim, it becomes an electronic LSD.
Interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, the 2LT
Mechanical's better.
I mean, yeah, we're not arguing that. But the 2LT gets a heads-up display, power folding mirrors, power bolstering and lumbar adjustment for the heated and vented seats, wireless charging, heated steering wheel, nav, 4 more speakers for the Bose system, the PDR, the performance data recorder, rear camera mirror,
Oh, okay, there we go.
memory package, curb view camera, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alert.
So basically, a 2LT is what's going to show up on every dealer lot.
Yes.
And you are going to have to custom order a 1LT, and there are probably going to be a healthy number of 3LTs.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we're still waiting on the quote unquote possible Zora.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the 3LT gets all the 2LT and the 1LT stuff. It gets what they're calling GT2 seats wrapped in Napa leather and quote-unquote carbon fiber trim, paired with a custom quote-unquote leather-wrapped interior with suede on the upper sections and leather on the lower doors. Ooh.
Fancy.
Indeed. If you get the Z51 package, that bumps your rotors up to 13.6 in the front and 13.8 in the rear.
So an entire inch in the front, about a half inch in the back.
Gets the performance exhaust that you can, with the various modes on there.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yep.
okay.
This one gets the electronic limited slip,
Got
heavy-duty cooling system, and more.
Very cool, very cool.
Yep, so there you go.
So I imagine most of the cars we are going to see are going to be packaged as 2LTs, and they're probably going to be 70 to 75.
Yeah. But, I mean, for...
Which still is an absolute bargain for the car.
Yeah, and I mean, even that 1LT, like, that's not terrible.
I
mean,
feel like
for-
a lot of 1LTs are going to be perfect candidates for the track car package.
Oh, for sure.
People are going to start buying those and turn them into track cars.
Oh, yeah, those are the ones that...
Actually, I wonder if you can option a 1LT with the heavy-duty cooling.
That's a very good question. Can you just get a 1LT with a Z51?
I mean, I don't know.
mean,
I would imagine. In the past, Corvettes have been really easily mixed and matched if you were building your own.
Yeah,
I've noticed. There are a lot of C6s and C7s that you can find in the used car market that have a lot of very oddly optioned RPO tags.
Yeah, like it's... So who knows what we will be seeing, but
we will be seeing them soon.
We're going to be probably seeing them at SEMA. So, Yep. All right,
It's
Zach.
going to be all C8s, all Supras, and what was the other fancy thing that came out?
Who knows? But I'm not...
Gladiator.
Yeah, there it is.
And then I can't wait for the Tellurides.
Speaking of Gladiators, this weekend I saw patron John Walker's Gladiator.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I saw it. I saw his 2002. I did not see him. So,
damn it.
Sorry, John, I didn't text you, but I was busy running around doing the live stream thing. But, yeah, he finally got it.
Excellent.
It's white. It has the steel bumpers.
Yes.
It looks glorious. So,
excellent.
There we go.
You are a man of great choice.
Excellent taste.
Yes.
All right, Zach. Ferrari is back on their bullshit.
What the fuck, Ferrari?
Go on your...
So more or less, this happened, a couple of years ago with Deadmau 5 with his whole Ferrari.
I love how you keep calling him Deadmau 5.
What's his name?
Deadmau5.
Deadmau5.
Joel Zimmerman.
That's what I said. Deadmau5 before you said Deadmau 5, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
No, you should listen to that. We were probably giving you shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
It's Deadmau5.
yeah, Deadmau5, yeah.
Real quick before you get too far into this, you know Vinny's Instagram handle, right?
Vinny Mouse.
Vinny Mau 5.
Vinny Mau 5.
Yep. Anyway, just wanted to get that out
Vinny
there.
Mau 5.
Love you, Vinny.
Basically, the same thing as that, where like Ferrari was like, "Hey, we don't like what you're doing to our car," even though. So, like, I'll tell you what happened here. It's I think it's a French and Italian Instagram fashion promoter. Basically, has a horrendously green wrapped Ferrari. America? What the fuck is it?
It's an 812.
812,
Super
okay.
fast.
812 super fast, yeah. Like, it's not a good looking car, but it's his car. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. And he has a couple photos of him having his shoes put on top of it. There's a couple photos of like some models around it. There's another photo where there's a you see you go all the way back up to the top of that photo. He has some as they said, innuendos in some of the comments and stuff. Innuendos, sorry.
50 Shades of Green.
And so Ferrari sent him a cease and desist letter saying basically remove all your photos in 48 hours or something. There's no really anything. It's just like or we will seek actions, basically, is what they said. So this guy was kind of an asshole and kind of went on a full-on rant on Instagram. It was like, he posted up all the photos that Ferrari sent him and was like, you can basically come and rip it from my hands. And on this guy's defense, though, he has bought 3 new Ferraris from Ferrari in the past 10 years. And so it's like, they're like ostracizing this guy for doing what he wants to do with his car. So it's like, I don't really see what Ferrari's doing here. They're just making problems.
Yeah, Ferrari.
And then at the very end of the article, there's a great piece by Jalopnik. I can't remember who wrote it. It might say.
I don't think it does. I think they just say, as
Jalopnik.
Jalopnik pointed out.
Yeah, it's like back in like the 250 eras and like the Daytona eras and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Who was buying Ferraris? Playboys.
Yeah, the jet set.
Exactly, the jet set. And the equivalent to them now are like Instagram models and like people who are like showing off their wealth in excess and stuff. And
yeah.
So what's the difference? That they're wrapping them green?
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you not think like fucking Mick and Bianca had like just ostentatious shit done to their car?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Which I think nothing will happen, and then it will fizzle out, and then I don't even know. Like it's just like a bad business move. Like
well, no,
the people who are buying Ferraris these days are. This is maybe just perspective from my view, but is young money.
Yeah.
Are these rappers buying 458s and stuff like that, or at least rapping about 458s, so making people want to go out and buy them.
I can't remember where I read it, but it was a guy who was, like young money, but not like ostentatious young money, but like he could afford a, supercar at the time, and it was,
sure.
The 458 era, the fax machine McLaren era. And he's just like
fax machine McLaren
MP412C.
Yeah,
Tell me that's not the name of a fax machine.
That's definitely a brother printer right there. It's an all-in-one.
It's low on toner. Anyway, Yeah,
That's why they only come in gray.
exactly. Yeah, no, like he went into. Yeah, I think he wound up paying a lot of money for a Porsche. But that's because he went to Ferrari, and they just kind of looked at him, just like, yeah, so you're here to look at things, are you now? Okay. Yeah. And then he went to McLaren, and they're just like, well, the McLaren is a certain type of sports car for a certain type of gentleman. And then he went to Porsche, and they're just like, shit, yeah, GT3 RS is the tits, man. You want to fucking go? Yeah.
I've always thought about it, if I ever were into money and I'm showing up in fucking street clothes to go buy a Ferrari.
Yeah, that's what this dude did. He's just like, I was in a business meeting, but it wasn't a super intense meeting, so I was wearing, a polo shirt and nice pants and nice shoes. And he walked in, and these people looked like, oh, this guy has no money.
Yeah.
The only people who were willing to give me the time of day were Porsche, and now I'm buying Porsches. So,
and that's fair.
And that's fucking.
Perhaps Ferrari feels like they have the clientele to lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of those. We know we're better than you, and we're going to not sell a car until we get those better people.
Well, something else I've found out as well too was I thought this was absolute bullshit. So I went to the Ferrari dealership one here in Utah a couple months ago, and it was the same thing. It took 30 minutes for someone to come talk to us, and then he opened the door to 4 minutes, said smell the leather, and closed it and walked away. But he mentioned at that time that America is their largest market. And I was like, that seems like bullshit.
That seems very interesting.
But I looked into it, and we 100% are.
Huh.
I'm we as a country buy it's 12 or 1,300 Ferraris a year.
Interesting.
And then the UK buys 120 a year. And then so I always thought it would have been like Europe as a whole, then China, then the US, but China's number 6 or 7 on that list.
Interesting.
And so
that's surprising to me.
And if you think about the people who are buying Ferraris in the US that we see, granted there are a lot of people we don't see who own Ferraris, but people we see in the US with Ferraris are younger people, have money, people who are wanting to show it off. So I feel like it's just a bad business move all around. I don't know.
It's a weird move.
That's fine. I feel like that's the hill that Ferrari's going to die on, regardless.
I figured it out. You know why they're doing it? Because they don't make their money off their cars, make their money off their merchandise,
off their licensing deals.
Yep,
yeah,
and if they can't hold the same level of brand awareness and importance that they have had set up before now, and it's all these young money rappers buying these cars, doesn't look good for their brand. I see it now. It's still bullshit.
Interesting hypothesis. I like it.
I have a feeling that the death of Ferrari will come by their own hands,
and I can't wait for Geely to buy them up.
May happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're not losing a whole lot.
No.
Nope.
If that's the case.
Yep.
Whatever.
Anyway. Well, that's it for that part of the news. We have some racing to talk about, or racing that I'm going to gloss over.
Right.
While I watch Dave and Zach get glossy-eyed.
Now we get about 7 minutes to figure this out. So
I could pull that one off.
I'm sure you can.
Yep. Before we get to that, we must talk about our friends over at Steady Broke Clothing.
Steady.broke on all the social medias. SteadyBroke.com.
Yes.
You didn't give me a gap there.
No. It's getting to be back to school time, so you know what that means. Back to being broke time.
Yeah, buddy. Haul them ramens.
But you gotta look good.
It's true.
So head over to SteadyBrokeClothing.com, or SteadyBroke.com. Get some of that awesome stuff in your cart.
Mm-hmm.
Despite what it feels like outside, fall is right around the corner.
So you should probably buy a sweatshirt.
Damn right.
And that's the most expensive thing on the website.
That it is.
And that it's a grand $35.
Something like that, yeah.
And it is the nicest $35 sweatshirt you'll ever own.
It's pretty fucking great.
And if you think $35 is still too much, because you're living on that ramen and stolen taco sauce packet life, then you type in CamAuto15 in the coupon code at checkout. It gives you 15% off the entire order. Just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams, baby.
Steady.broke. SteadyBroke.com.
That's it.
Here we go. All right. First, some good news.
Yeah, hit me with that racing schnaz.
According to Jean Todt, the president of the FIA, Michael Schumacher is getting better.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Jean Todt went and visited Michael Schumacher, and he's watching Formula One races.
Yeah.
He's not up and, getting around, but he's definitely getting better. He's aware of what's around him,
Just good to hear.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So, and then I believe also this weekend, Mick Schumacher won the F2 race. Or last weekend at Hockenheim, he won the F2 race, so there we go, that's fun. But this weekend, we had the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Oh, did we now?
Yes, at the Hungaroring, one of my favorite tracks to say the name of. Hungaroring. It's right up there with the Red Bull Ring.
Huh.
Where they have the Austrian Grand Prix.
Wow.
And a giant fucking bull statue.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Anyway, Max Verstappen finally got his first Formula One pole. He has tied the record with Jackie Stewart of most wins before getting your first pole. They both have 8 career wins before they got their first pole.
Really?
Yep. So, there we go. So, that was fun. George Russell of Williams narrowly missed out on getting into Q2.
Oh.
Yes. 0.05 of a second.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
That's going to hurt.
That was rough. Then in the race, the big thing, I mean, there was a lot of other stuff happening, but here is the big thing that everybody will be talking about and that I'm just going to talk about because, you know, the end of the table is very empty because Dad is not here.
It happens.
Yeah, I know. Really,
I mean, we get it. He's a real dad.
I know.
He's not our real dad, but
No.
he's
You don't
a
know
real
that.
dad.
He's old enough to be your dad.
Yeah.
We did the math.
Yes,
True.
we did.
He would have been like 16.
Scary.
Possible.
God.
Also, maybe I'm only 16. You guys don't know who I am.
Cut you in half and count the rings later. Anyway.
Oh, is that how you do it? Son of a...
Wow.
Well, how old is Nibbler? Well, if he's anything like the common tree,
There's too many to count there. You must be like a machine to count that.
it's 5.
Mike, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Aw.
We might need to recite some Futurama later together.
We can try.
Okay.
Not necessarily as well versed on Futurama as I am The Simpsons.
We can try some Simpsons.
Anyway,
True that.
yeah. So Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton was chasing Max Verstappen, and he was close to him, but not necessarily able to get around him. So Mercedes had enough of a gap to the driver behind and said, "Fuck it, come in, get yourself the medium compound tire, see what happens." And so Hamilton ducks in, gets the fresh rubber, goes out, and is still on the same lap as Max. And he has to, fight through some traffic. But, yeah. So there is Lewis charging through traffic, and Max is like, why aren't I pitting? Why am I not coming in? And WTF1 did a really good job of explaining this. Like how in hindsight it's just like, oh, well, you could have done this and that, and And they also explained like what would have happened probably if they did some of this stuff. So say they come in the next lap and change the tires. Okay, so the gap between Max and Lewis is now closed, and Max very well could come out of the pits behind Lewis. So this whole getting on fresh tires is all for naught. They could have brought him in a few laps later because the gap between the two was growing because Lewis was driving through some back markers. But if they did that, Max was probably going to come out behind those very same back markers that Lewis had fought his way through. And so, meanwhile, those guys are fighting for position, by the way. So that's kind of one of those dicey gray areas where do you throw the blue flag? Do you not? Like, are you really going to be a dick about enforcing that?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a, so I mean, there were a couple other places where they could have brought him in, but again, it was just like, okay, well, we'll send you out on fresh tires, but good luck, you have to fight through traffic. Have fun.
Oof.
Yup. So, yeah, Max ended up losing out to Lewis, who had a pretty good drive, and then a minute behind those two, Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc.
Oh, boy.
Yup. They had a fun, dicey little incident going into turn 1 in the closing stages of the race. Yeah,
I still
Charles.
think it's funny that Bottas is number 8.
Oh, yeah, God. He was not having a good day. And they actually, because he had a puncture and a damaged front wing, so they brought him in, new tires, new front wing, and they sent him out, and they're just like, yep, the data says you're going to end up in P6. Yep. He finished behind Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly, and Kimi Räikkönen, and just ahead of Lando Norris. And your last point scorer was Alex Albon for Toro Rosso. Yep. Romain Grosjean retired, and George Russell finished 16th.
Good for him.
Yep. Finished exactly where he qualified. Yep. So there we go. And then finally we had the Utah 6-hour endurance race, a shirt that I am wearing the commemorative t-shirt of.
Excellent.
By the way, it glows in the dark.
Does it now?
Yes,
That's
it does.
Very fitting for...
Yes. This is the thing I did the 6 hours of live coverage for. It's over on the NASA Utah YouTube channel. So there you go. You want to hear me and Austin and Todd and some other people talk? It's where you go.
Excellent.
Yes. So I'm trying to remember what, because I wasn't taking notes, and I'm not going to listen back to 6 hours of this. I'll give you what I can. So, Team Matt with the K, a.k.a. Asphalt Einsteins, a.k.a. Matt Guyver, Todd Ainsworth, Todd Green, Corey Cohen, they took first in their class in Paul Mitchell. And it was Corey's 13-year-old son who kept jumping on the live stream chat and wanted to see his dad drive, and also telling me and Austin to watch our language. He's 13.
You filthy sailor mouth.
That was us. A late entry into the race was Team Town Storage, which is Gary Free and his old FR 500S Mustang, like one of the old school Mustang, like Ford Racing School Mustangs.
Oh, yeah. So an S197 chassis, like the 05 to 09.
Yeah, like
right.
Yeah, like those cars were actually built on the assembly line with the rest of the Mustangs.
And just pulled off to be built.
No, I mean they did all all the racing stuff because they're just like, yep, big brakes, the right suspension, all that shit, and then they took them someplace else to be caged. But they were a late entry. Friend of the program, Ayrton, ended up in that car. They finished.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they finished
nice.
third in class. So shout out to them.
I saw that he was in a car. I thought it was a Miata for some reason. The photo I saw.
No, he has a Miata.
Yeah.
He has a spec Miata. But he was. He was in Gary's Mustang.
This post might have been before the racing. I'm excited for the race.
Yeah, might have been. But I think that might have been not like age-wise the oldest car in the field, but definitely the one that has seen the most time at this track. Like, it is still wearing basically the livery it had when he bought it from the racing school.
Blue and white?
And red.
Oh, some red in there?
Yeah. So, anyway, the Pink Ribbon Racing Team, which was Toby Crawford, Ben Lamberson, and Bruno, they were doing their damnedest to, finish on the podium, get P3 in class, but then...
in their Super Trofeo?
No, not in the Super Trofeo. No, they were in Toby's E36 M3.
Huh.
Yep. So, they did their damnedest, but things just kind of kept happening. Like, they had a loose subframe bolt at one point. And, they had to come in, and, you just saw Bruno sitting there in the car, tilted, as they fixed that. They delaminated a tire going through witchcraft.
Wow.
At night.
Wow.
Yeah. Bruno brought it back, and they had to change the tire, but that got them out, behind the eventual, third place team. And, Toby said it's hammer time, but there was just not enough time for that to happen.
Just not enough hammer.
No. He was swinging it mightily. Oh, they lost power steering super early in the race, too.
Oh, God, no.
Yup, so was little Bruno just out there.
Muscling a car around.
Just had to remind him that it's gains o'clock. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. There were some legit old race cars out there. There was an old LMP2 car.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know which one it was, like what chassis or whatever, but it was a fucking old LMP2 car, like open cockpit.
It was a something.
Yeah. So, this team, Valley Motorsports, they had an M6 GT3, one of the coupe M6 GT3s.
It's a weird-looking car all around.
It is, and it was dragging something as it was going up the front straight. Like, it was shooting sparks every time it went by.
That's awesome.
It was awesome and also terrifying.
The M6 from that generation is definitely like the M8 of this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean...
They're just the massivest car out there.
Fucking unit.
Chonk. Brother.
Give me the loops, brother.
Feed me the loops, brother. They're lying to you, brother.
I need lamp.
I love lamp.
Their other car that Valley was running was one of the 911 GT3 Club Sport MRs, like the Manta Racing. It's basically like if you took a GT3 Club Sport, the race car, and said, hey, what would happen if we put some of the parts from like the 911R GT3 big boy race car on this thing?
It's just a tiny-ass little car with massive power.
Not necessarily massive power. Like, it's got much better brakes. It's got a bump up in power. And, like, wider. Like, the bodywork's wider. So, I mean, it is an impressive fucking car. They had that, and at some point, it hit something, or something hit it, and it just shot carbon fiber all over the track.
Oops.
Yep. Something that you don't normally clean up in the middle of the night, so. Yeah.
Well, then.
Yep. And then, the big fucking story, Jason Harward soloed the entire race in his Super Trofeo.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What a hero.
They had to pull him out of the car at the end of the race because...
So he did it in a Super Trofeo?
Yeah.
So in my book, he's a Superman.
There you go.
Oh.
God damn!
Attaboy.
Well, we'll let you have that.
You earned it. You did. I was being sincere.
I know, right?
All right. Anyway, yeah, no, like, it was crazy. Like, they pulled him out of the car, and then I got down. After the race, after I got everything cleaned up, up in my little section of the race control tower, I went over to the far left section, because that's where the comfy chairs are.
Oh, of course.
Yep. I went down there, and I grabbed, 5 beers out of a cooler.
A cooler.
A cooler.
There were some coolers there, so I just grabbed beers. Because why wouldn't I?
You might as well.
Yeah, and there was Jason just, standing there, arms, crossed, but not, angrily, but, you do, involuntarily sometimes. He kind of hunched over. He looked gaunt. Yeah, so I'm just congratulations, and I went out for a high five, and he barely, brings a hand up. So I'm like, boop.
Just gave him a finger. Just doop.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Yep. So, yeah, that was insane what he did.
Yeah. Sounds like it. I mean, that's a fucking thrash.
Yeah, we were talking about it on the live stream, because, again, I believe years ago somebody did it in a Miata, back when they did the 6-hour race during the day.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, that dude was kind of loopy at the end, but, it's a Miata.
Sure.
It'll do a lot of fun, cool things, but compared to what you're experiencing in a Lamborghini.
Yeah, the roughest track Lamborghini.
Yeah, some guy basically said it's like he was doing hot yoga for 6 hours.
I mean, for some people that's refreshing, but when you have to drive with that precision for that long and keep that focus.
Yeah, and he did the Champ Car 888 the weekend before, and then that day he did the practice qualifying sprint race and then the enduro qualifying.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was basically in that car for the better part of a work day, your standard 9 to 5.
Jesus.
Yep. So
driving isn't easy, kids.
No, it is not.
God damn.
Yeah. So there we go. That is episode 215.
All right.
We gave you everything you could possibly want.
And then some.
Damn right. You just sit back and then we just kind of heat this shit into your brain.
You do that with such fluid precision.
I'm just done talking.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll be back on Thursday where we're going to talk about your opinions on Windows over engines.
And I'd probably rant for a little bit.
Attaboy, yeah. Zach's got things he wants to get off his chest.
I've been boiled up for a while.
Attaboy. We've got some news that I have taken careful means to not necessarily give away. Appreciate nobody's looking at the screen right now. Yeah, I just posted that. We got links to them.
I'm okay with this.
What?
Yeah, I know what they are, but you guys don't, so it's gonna be fun.
Okay, then.
I don't even know what they are, and I just read them.
Yep, and that is on Thursday's episode 216, an episode that you can listen to a day early if you are one of our patrons at the $5 or more level.
Holy shit.
It's patreon.com/camautomag. We are at camautomag on the wider internet, camautomag.com, at camautomag on all of the social medias.
Yep.
Get this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, anywhere you get your podcasts. Like, rate, review, subscribe, share it with your friends. We'd appreciate that.
Do all of that.
Buy your official Cam Automag merch at CamAutoSwag.com. It's there. It's beautiful. It's glorious. You look lovely in it. You know, I've never seen you look more beautiful in my life.
Aww.
Yep. Go support our friends Steady Broke Clothing. Steady.broke on all social media. SteadyBroke.com. Use coupon code CamAuto15 so you can put a few more packets of ramen in your pocket and also pay for a few. For episode. Shit.
God damn it!
I just broke the podcast.
Yes, you did. We're going to go ahead and just land the plane.
I'm just going to park right here on this bench.
Just going to go ahead and just onto that bench.
That's punch it up.
For episode 215 of the Camcast, I have been Mike.
Up and bunch.
Let's just go ahead and go.
Yeet.